This video of the unknown. What is it? Is it real? And what is it doing there?
Now they're speaking out, saying there are UFOs in U.S. airspace and they need to be taken seriously.
A family in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl.
They're unidentified in U.S. airspace.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
I'm Todd Bates. I've been investigating the paranormal for years, yet still have no definite answers. Join me on this mysterious journey as we discuss all things paranormal, right down to the little gnomes. Why do millions experience these mysterious phenomenon, yet we have no proof? Welcome to Haunted Voices Radio, where I try and gather the pieces that may one day form yet another puzzle.
And a good evening, one and all. Welcome, Haunted Voices Live, right here on WLTK-DB.com. Be sure to check out the website on this amazing, spooky Friday the 13th. Holy cow. As you can see beside me here, who is back, Nicole is back in the house. Nicole, how are you, hon? How you been?
I'm doing fantastic. I've been gone 2 months. It feels like a year, but I'm back, y'all. I've missed y'all. Doing good. Glad to be back.
Oh, so what have you been up to? What have you been doing? Did you just kind of get some rest, take a little hiatus, and?
Yeah, I had a lot going on, and figured all that stuff out, and now I'm back, ready to go. So we're here. I'm tired though. I mean, it's Friday night. I'm getting old. What can I say? I'm getting old. I'm an old.
We should be in bed at this time at our age.
Right. I mean, no more going out till 2 a.m. on Friday nights for me, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but we've got a lot of fun planned for everybody tonight. We're going to be talking about some superstitions, taking your questions. So be sure and drop those in the comments over there. We'll take your questions. Just a few announcements. The station is packed. It is.
You can say that again. Jeez.
It is packed.
It is packed like a sardine, y'all.
We have got a lot of new shows coming in here this year. This year has been crazy so far, Nicole. It has just been amazing.
I know,
guys. The feedback for the new shows, incredible. You guys love them. We love giving them to you, and 2 more just signed on today.
Fantastic.
There's we've got a debut next Tuesday. Anne is going to debut with her show next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central. And then on the 20th, we've got Soul and Synergy debuting at they're taking on Fridays 10 a.m. So Fridays are completely almost obliterated. There's like maybe 2 hours available on Fridays.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's just,
and then we're the last show, right?
We are the last show of the week. And I'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a slot that not too many people are fond of. It's late, so that way we can open up slots for other shows. But we have this one here at the end.
Absolutely.
Wraps up the week. There's just so much going on. But be sure and check out the schedule over there on WLTK-DB.com. You'll see them as they come in. There's some in production still, but we're getting through there. Mike Hatcher has been helping a ton, Nicole. My goodness, he's taken a huge load off of my shoulders, helping me run some of these shows. So there's time to do everything else.
Absolutely.
There's just so much to do, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many shows now that, one person can't do it all. So it's good. It's good. Welcome to welcome to the team for him. So that's awesome.
Yeah. He's going to be an asset, but there's excuse me. It's just been crazy with Friday the 13th, this Mercury retrograde thing.
I know.
I was never big on the Mercury retrograde until, especially tonight. All shows tonight had issues, internet issues. They had connection issues. It was insane.
And then you guys are snowing, and then we're getting a storm here too. So maybe like that's part of the problem.
Weather.
Always the weather, guys. It's always the weather.
Yeah, blame the weather guy. But we've got something cool.
I know, right? I see Megan.
Hi, Meg. Meg got new
Megan.
glasses today. They look awesome. She got some new glasses today.
Amazing. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check them out. And then John's in the chat.
Hi, John.
What's up, guy?
Yes.
Sweet.
So welcome, everybody. I want to get this. The station is hosting an event. It's a divination and clearing class.
I saw that in the StreamYard list. Yeah.
This is going to be something really cool. It's something new we're trying with StreamYard here. We get this webinar service because we pay an ungodly amount for it. So we just kind of said, here.
Kidding. You're like, you pay I think you're on the most expensive tier of StreamYard right now.
It's insane. And so
gotta get some perks.
Yeah.
Oh
so we got some perks. We got this webinar thing. It's really neat. And it can hold up to 250 people.
That's awesome.
I don't think this class will bring 250 people. I don't know. That'd be awesome if it did. But what this is, the link's right there in the comments, folks. It'd be fantastic if it did. It's a virtual class. It's going to be February the 11th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's on a Saturday. So it's going to be a good 6-hour class. It's going to be hosted by Stephanie Lynn and Ellie Weisensell. They're going to be doing that. And the link's right there if you guys want to register for that. What is it? Introductory price, one-time offer, $125. And you learn, it's about, the dowsing rods.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are such an underrated tool. I use those all the time. And some people like to use them and others don't. I love them. I swear I use them all the time.
Yeah, that's Sherry's go-to. That's what she brings. Is she's got her little dowsing rods, and that's what she does.
Yeah. Even the quartz, like the pendulums too, are amazing.
Pendulums, that's another one.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that too. There was on Twilight Tonight, she had a guest that collects Ouija boards and uses Ouija boards for her mediumship or something. And she had a pendulum board. I have never seen one.
Oh, I've seen a couple of pictures of them, but I've actually never obviously used them. Ouija boards are so controversial, but it's like a tool, just like anything else.
You're right. It's a tool.
In a sense.
If you use it correctly, I think a lot of people are scared of them because they give you answers.
Right. And I think it's just all the negative thoughts about it over the years. And so that's why people are like, oh, I don't want to use it. But I mean, and it's a tool just like an audio recorder is, when you think about it, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. I mean, communication's communication. It's all on how you use it. You're not going to go in there and try and conjure up Satan for crying out loud. With
I sure hope not. My God.
Exactly. You just don't do it, people. I mean, you use common sense. It's out there. I think you can buy them now. Common sense in a bottle.
Right. There you go. That'll sell. There you go. There's an online store for you. CommonSenseInABottle.com. Oh my gosh. Doesn't even exist. Someone should check. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. It's so good to have you back. I mean, it's been a long haul.
I know. I'm so happy to be back.
Some great guests coming up this month too, Nicole.
I know. I have them in my calendar. I'm so Joan. Joan. I don't know why I was saying that. I don't know.
We've got Mike Ricksecker coming up the end of the month. We've got Ryan Stacy coming up. So many topics. so many great topics and great presenters too. These guys are awesome speakers.
Yeah,
Gonna
good
be
interviews, good topics. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's just there's so much going on, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show. I know it's late. We tried to get on here a little earlier, but we just can't. We just can't. And I've been asked to move the show to a different time slot as well, and I'm still on the
Oh,
fence
this
about
show.
that. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What? Oh, we'll talk later. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
talk
it's
later
hard. It's
about
hard to
that.
grab guests and things at this time of night.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why there's some open discussions. But everybody likes open discussion too. We can just kind of talk about anything and relax.
Yeah.
It's more of a relaxed environment. We get to talk to the viewers and talk to the listeners, and I enjoy that, and I miss that.
Me too. Me too. I agree.
But being Friday the 13th and all, we can't go all night without talking about Friday the 13th. I mean, I think in all the years this show's been running, Nicole, I think this is the first time it's ever landed on a Friday the 13th. I can't remember any other time.
I think you're right. Yeah, and it's weird that it's in a I mean, maybe I'm just not remembering, but it's weird that it's in a January.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the last time,
You
I
mean
don't know. It's like
October,
usually other months
September,
for me that I can remember. Yeah.
but a January.
Crazy.
It's been a strange month, a good month, but a strange one. But there's some things we were looking at here today on superstitions, and I'm curious, folks. What are your superstitions? Put them in the comments. Do you have any? Are you afraid of the Friday the 13th? Do you think it's a bad luck day? Or what about walking under a ladder or breaking a mirror? Are these some of your superstitions you have out there? We're going to talk about some of these and the history behind them. And going through some of it,
is fascinating.
it was really interesting. I learned where the actual 13 came from. It all, I
know, right?
From a Christian standpoint, they get a hold of it and things change. But from a Christian standpoint, Friday the 13th, it all comes down to the Last Supper.
Yeah, exactly.
There were 13 people there, Christ and the 12 disciples. And I found that interesting. How
Me too.
they can just pull that in there. It's bad luck. It's just bad luck. But today's been a decent day. I mean, as far as me being skittish about Friday the 13th, I think it's an amazing day. It's a rarity.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think in all of my Friday the 13th, memories. I don't think I've ever had a really bad one.
No.
Ever. So it's weird. I think, all the movie, well, there was a book too, I guess in the 19th century that was called that, Friday the 13th. But, the movies and when you think about pop culture and all of that, it gets people, I think that's really what's gotten people going with the whole superstition idea around Friday the 13th.
Yeah, the movies definitely planted a seed. Hollywood's great at that. Hollywood's great at planting seeds like that with these UFO films. It's another one that they do. I think they're test films to see how we react.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But as far as superstitions are concerned, Friday the 13th is probably one of the most popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
And this part I wanted to read.
Yeah,
what
I
bad
found an
things
alternative
happen.
history of it. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say after you do that or later, I found an alternative history of it too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm interested to see what you read.
On Friday, October 13th, 1307, officers of Philip V of France arrested hundreds of the Knights Templar. And I didn't know this. A powerful religious and military order formed in the 12th century for the defense of the Holy Land, imprisoned on charges of various illegal behaviors, but really because the king wanted access to their financial resources. Many Templars were later executed. Some cite the link with the Templars as the origin of the Friday the 13th superstition. But like many legends involving the Templars and their history, the truth remains murky. And that's true with them. You know, the whole Illuminati. You've got the whole shebang in there.
Exactly.
You know?
I don't know if any of you have read, I'm sure many of you have, Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, because he goes all into the Illuminati and the Knights Templar in that book. I mean, I read that. I seriously could not put that book down. I remember I've read it twice, and I remember reading it, and I would be fighting sleep, and I just could not put it down. Dan Brown's just a phenomenal writer.
Is that similar to the movie, The Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, I actually prefer the books better. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but in my opinion, the books are better. I think there's aspects of that are in the movie that aren't obviously in the book, but the books are amazing. And I actually, what I did is I read the Da Vinci Code first, and then I read Angels and Demons, and I was told you should do the reverse, but I don't think it really matters because you still get the gist of everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, amazing! Could not put it down.
Yeah,
amazing.
The Da Vinci Code was a mystery within a mystery within a mystery. And I think, I would agree. The Vatican holds a lot of secrets.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of things down there. Probably a lot of answers to these superstitions are down there.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they're untouchable. It just makes you want to apply to be a pope so you can go down there and read them. Maybe when I get old enough, I'll put in an application for the pope. See if I get hired.
Right. I know. God. Oh, to be able to go.
I'm here to apply for pope.
Apply for. Oh my God. Oh man.
Oh, it's been a crazy week.
Do you know there's an odd word for the phobia of this? And I'm pretty good at pronouncing words, but this got me. It's called, oh gosh, can I read my writing? It's like parascavidi catria or whatever. I didn't even know there was a term, a phobia of it in that
I had
term.
no
Isn't
idea.
that weird? I don't know if I probably didn't pronounce it right, but bizarre.
There's a phobia for Friday the 13th.
Oh my gosh. And then okay, here's my mother, you're all. Hi, Mom. What's up? She's a dork like I am. Sorry, Mom. I did say that. She's like Pope Todd. Okay, there we go.
I'm probably going straight to hell for saying
No.
I'm a recovering Catholic, so I'm allowed to, I guess.
I'm the same. Me too. I'm in that same category.
that same
been
era.
there, done that. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh.
No, but it's Friday the 13th to me is a normal day, and you said you had an alternate.
Yeah, and where did this? I forget what source this is. So I found this. And I'll just read it. So it says, okay, an alternative history, right? Given the mass of doom-laden lore, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Friday the 13th is indeed ominous. If we dig deeper, though, we also find evidence that both Fridays and the number 13 have long been regarded as a harbinger of good fortune. In pagan times, for instance, Friday was believed to have a unique association with the divine feminine. Isn't this interesting? The first clue can actually be found in the weekday name Friday, which is derived from Old English and means day of Frigg. I mean, right? Mm-hmm. Both Queen of Asgard and a powerful sky goddess in Norse mythology, Frigg, also known as Frigga, was associated with love, marriage, and motherhood. I didn't know that.
I had no clue.
Right? Isn't that nutty? I mean, it's not nutty, but it's interesting. There's like so much to know. Hey, Corey, nice to see you.
Hey, Corey. Here I am waving my hand and no one can see it because it's over to the mirrored thing on this
It's
side.
okay. We can see the arms up, so it's implied. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm used to audio.
I know, me too.
We're warming up to it. We're warming up to video. We've been doing it What? We've been on video for quite a while, like a year.
Oh, is it? I thought it was longer, but maybe.
Has it been longer than a year?
I think it has been. I thought it was 2, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know. Time flies.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad.
me too.
And some of the superstitions, some crazy ones. I found a few. They're not really crazy. They're standard, but they have the reasoning behind them.
Yeah, see, that's
like
what I
you're
like to
walking
hear.
down the street, you look down, you see a penny heads up. What do? Pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's tails, you leave it. And the history behind that, it's all day long you'll have good luck. The little ditty may arise because finding money is lucky, but it might also be a spin-off of another old rhyme. See a pin, pick it up. All day long you'll have good luck. See a pin, let it lay, and your luck will pass away. So it comes from a pin, not a penny.
I've not heard of that before.
What I don't understand,
That's bizarre.
how do they switch them like that? How does it go from a pin to a penny?
I know. I wonder
know,
who did that. Like, who
is
did the switch? Like, the origin of it.
Is it like Chinese telephone, the mispronunciation going down the line? I mean, is it something?
I don't know. That's
But
that's bizarre. Or walking on the sidewalk and you see the cracks.
Crack.
That's common. I remember my grandmother having that superstition, like, oh, I don't want to step on a crack. Step on a crack, break your grandmother's back, sort of thing.
Yep.
Right? Oh my
Yep.
God.
Or another cool one for couples out there, any of you couples that are listening, let's say you're walking and something comes in between you, like a pole in the parking lot or something. You're supposed to go around it as a couple. You're not supposed to let that pole come in between you, or your relationship is doomed.
God, these are just so bizarre.
There's so many of them.
I know, and they're so goofy, really, when you think about it. It's just goofy.
Some I read earlier, they're brought into law. You have to do this because of the superstition in third world countries and so forth. They take them very seriously.
Cultural.
But I like Friday the 13th, everything about it. The franchise, everything, the movie, just everything it surrounds. It's a rarity to have the 13th on a Friday. So you just celebrate it. I think you should celebrate it, not fear it. Because
I think so too.
Either way, life's going to happen. Life's going to either take you up or take you down. It's going to take you on a roller coaster. Just
doesn't
hang
matter
on.
really what day it is. I found some facts. I guess 10% fear the number 13, and this is something I found interesting. $800 or $800 million per year in loss because of people's weirdness surrounding Friday the 13th or the number 13, just meaning maybe they won't travel on that day, maybe they won't spend on that day. So isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's strange.
$800 million per year in loss. I mean, that's like insane.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big problem.
But I agree with you. I think it's fun, and I think it's something to like celebrate. I love when there's a marathon of the Friday the 13th movies. Now, I prefer the older 80s ones to the newer ones, but that's just me because they're just cheesy as. And I never understood why Jason, this big, strong guy, he's really so weak, and he's just, he's just
he's like a big baby.
He is. I mean, oh man, but they're fun to watch. They're entertaining.
They're good movies. I mean, as a kid, that's growing up. That I hate saying this, but that's where I saw my first nude scene. My first thing of nudity was on Friday the 13th. I was watching it and I wasn't supposed to.
Oh,
and of course, I'm watching it along, and here comes the campers, and you know what happens. And oh,
You're like, whoa.
like a deer caught in headlights as a kid. Now I
can
understood
imagine.
why I shouldn't be watching those kinds of movies.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me. I was supposed to be in bed, right? I was like 6 or 7, and there was this hallway in our older house in Las Vegas, and I would sneak because I could see the TV. And I remember one night Poltergeist was on. My parents just thought I was like, snoozing away in my bed, and I watched half the movie in the hallway, and then they caught me, of course, and got upset, but it reminded me of that.
Yep.
So
those are the great, the great movies like that, the era growing up around them. Superstitions or not, they were fantastic.
yeah.
Yes.
Love those.
Halloween series is good too.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I haven't seen the latest one though.
I haven't either.
No, that I do need to see.
I heard it's not very good.
That's what I heard too. I know. It's supposed to give closure, but a lot of people didn't really like it too well.
Yeah.
So,
but these days, they're running out of content. They're running out of topics, and Hollywood's running out of, so they're doing remakes of everything.
Exactly. They're recycling things. It's like same plot, same idea, just different people, different location. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're running out of steam. What about Beginner's Luck? Are you a? I
read
heard
this
it's
real quick.
Bad luck to see a nun driving in a car. Hey,
that is one I didn't know. I don't know.
A nun driving in a car.
So I don't know where that one originated. That's goofy to me. But
that's goofy. I mean, I've seen priests and nuns drive cars. They have their little bus.
And then Robert regarding films and like the recycling.
No originality.
Bingo,
Robert.
Yep.
No originality. Hollywood is they're losing it. Either they're losing their originality or they're becoming tightwads and not putting forth, the effort or money for some new films. There's some really good ones out there. A new horror film that we watched. It's on HBO Max. It's called Hereditary.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh. That's amazing.
Isn't that a wicked movie?
Now, I don't usually get scared that much with horror movies. That freaked me out. That and Signs actually got me.
Mm-hmm.
Signs was another one.
Yeah. What we're going to do, we're going to take a short break here, folks. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about superstitions. Take your questions. Nicole is going to update us on the Queen Mary. There's something that we need to know, definitely, about the Queen Mary. All that's coming up here. So you folks stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a moment.
If you're a fan of the paranormal world, then you'll love WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Talk shows bringing you the latest on everything paranormal, cryptozoological, metaphysical, true crime, psychic readings, and more. The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTKDB.com.
Nearing the bottom of the hour, and you're listening to Haunted Voices live right here on WLTK-DB.com. Be sure, check it out. Look at the show schedule over there. Can't stress that enough. It's ever changing. And as you can see, Nicole is back. For those of you just joining us, she is back in the house. And hello. We are talking about superstitions. We're talking about horror movies. We're talking about it's open discussion night, folks. So be sure, post your questions, your comments, whatever, right there in the comment section through YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, We get to see all of those, and we'll get those on screen for you, get those addressed. There's just so much going on. So much going on with these superstitions and movies but we've got an update. We need some information, Nicole. We need to know what's going on with the Queen Mary. I heard a little birdie told me something big.
A little birdie.
What's going on with the Queen Mary?
So you guys know that it's been, closed, due to COVID and all of that. So it has reopened now for the first time in nearly 3 years for 1 hour guided tours, I believe on the weekends only. This started back in December, and I think they're going through January. And so those tours, when I couldn't get a spot because I actually went on the site 2 days later, the tours, when it was announced, filled up within, I think, minutes.
Whoa.
So people get to go on and they get to do, and a lot of members of the public that maybe have never been on the ship, or maybe they've been on it like once or twice, they're getting these 1 hour tours of certain parts of the Queen Mary and for free. And so it's kind of a way to introduce, her reopening. She's not fully reopened yet. So we're thinking maybe they might open her up in stages, maybe and I don't know for sure because I'm not a spokesperson. I don't know if the hotel's going to open up, or the entire ship, I should say, open up. But right now it's open for tours for people. Those tours sold out within minutes. So this is good news. So she's in the process of reopening, and they're doing all kinds of renovations and things like that. And so I'll just read this really quick here. Long Beach Mayor Robert Garcia, he said, "We're so excited to be here today to welcome our first group of guests that will be finally back on the Queen Mary after our closures during the pandemic." He said during a press conference, "There's nothing more important than the historical preservation of the ship. And I think finally the city has been able now to uplift that as its key goal in reopening the Queen Mary." So when the ship fully reopens to the public, once I know, you'll know, and I'll do a whole post about it. I'm the day it opens, I'm there. So I'm going to stay on board, do all that thing, do some Facebook Lives. And so this is good news. Exciting.
Now we're talking. That is good news. And just filled up in minutes. I can understand
in minutes.
That.
I would say in less than 5 minutes. So
done.
A lot of people love her. So
it's almost like the Queen is just easing back into life, easing back into letting people in there, maybe kind of testing the waters.
I think so. And they're still doing renovations and things like that. And, we've had a lot of rain and storms here, so that's kind of slowing things down. So I would say maybe like February, maybe we're going to see opening to the public for maybe restaurants. And don't quote me on this, but restaurants, going to the bars and things like that. I don't know if the hotel will open as well at that time, but I'll keep you guys posted because I follow it very closely. So
very good. Definitely keep everybody posted. My goodness, I can't wait to get back out there. I've had an itch for that for years. It's such a beautiful, beautiful location. There's so much there, so much history, so much data you can collect from there. It's
I know.
Insane. It really is.
Robert says this too, and this is a good point. Renovations, the best way to stir up activity. So
Bingo.
Yeah, and we've actually, I've talked to many people about this, and I've wondered, how the pandemic and her being closed will affect the activity within it. Will it decrease it? Will it increase it? So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how that plays out over this year.
Yeah, because they've been, the spirits have basically been dormant. All this time. They haven't been asked to, communicate, or they haven't been bothered by any investigators or anything. So
no,
it may become really active. I think it would. I think
I think so too.
Pop right back up.
It'll be interesting to see that though. See how it plays out. So
yeah,
good news. A lot of people didn't think that she would ever reopen again. I had faith because that's what she's done. She's had a stellar career, and she still has more to give. So here we are.
Oh, I would love for Sherry and I to go out there and just, oh my goodness.
I know. Oh, I can't wait till you guys can see it.
Coming
Again,
soon.
Coming soon.
All right. Now, some more of these cheesy superstitions. You know, we all know about the rabbit's foot.
I used to collect those as a little girl. I had like so many of them in all kinds of different colors. I loved them.
On the keychains?
Didn't know. Yes.
Little keychains?
Yes, I love them. I mean, I probably had about like 30 of them, all kinds of different colors.
Here's a little bit about
Probably
it.
not knowing why.
No. And I didn't know this either. The talismans and amulets are a time-honored way of fending off evil. Consider the crosses and garlic, for vampires. Rabbit's feet as a talisman may hark back to these Celtic tribes in Britain. They may also arise from hoodoo, a form of African American folk magic. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. That's interesting.
So it comes all the way, stems all the way from there. Something as simple and common as a rabbit's foot. You don't see those much anymore, though.
No, I know. They were in the 80s. They were everywhere. And I was, as a little girl, I was like obsessed with them. And there's probably a reason for that. I just was too young to know.
I wonder if PETA got involved.
I bet. I'm sure. Yeah, I haven't seen one in a long time.
Because I carried one for years.
You what?
I carried a rabbit's foot for years. I remember that.
Oh my God. What color?
It was white.
Okay.
Had the little nail and everything at the end of it. Authentic.
Yep. Totally. Yeah, that's how my
fun little guys.
Yeah, or were. Oh my gosh. I had them like purple, and I had all kinds of different colors. Oh, they're so cute though.
And that's just a superstition. You know, having one of those brings you good luck. Mm-hmm. But according to that, they ward off evil. Neat. I didn't know that. Who would have thought?
I didn't either. And that, it's interesting, reading some dates of some things that occurred like on Friday the 13th. So I read that like the German bomb of Buckingham Palace occurred. I think it was September of 1940. There was like a cyclone that killed 300,000 people in like Bangladesh on that date. Tupac Shakur's death, apparently the Costa Concordia, the ship that capsized, apparently, I believe, was on that date. So it's, I don't know. I think, don't quote me on that.
Coincidence, perhaps?
Coincidence, right. And then I don't know if I believe in coincidences, but the captain of that ship was just negligent in all directions. That was insane. So, but crazy.
Cool fact.
Did you read about there was a club, I guess, called the 13 Club? Did you read about that?
I didn't.
Where I guess, it was called the 13 Club. And I think there was a group of men or people that dined on the 13th day in room 13 at the Knickerbocker Cottage. And I guess they had to climb down a ladder or something to get in the room. And then they said there was like a sign or something, and it said, "Those of us who are about to die salute you." And I guess some presidents were even a part of that. So, I mean, I didn't know all this.
No,
reading about it
it comes out of the woodworks during these times.
I know. Now it makes me want to read more. I'm sure there's like a lot more out there.
And I know there's no such thing as coincidences, Robert. I was being totally sarcastic.
Yeah. I'm
a firm believer that all happens for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. Now, what this particular site, this was out of I got it off Google. Yeah. But what they say about Friday the 13th, they say if you're not scared of Friday the 13th, you should be scared of the word used to describe those who are Frigga Triska the phobics, which you said earlier. For a superstition, the fear of Friday the 13th seems fairly new, dating back to the late 1800s. Friday was long been considered an unlucky day, which I don't see why Friday would be unlucky. It's the end of the week.
Yeah.
The 13th has a long history of as an unlucky number. Stress management, it goes into about people that that are really afraid. They won't. There's people that won't get out of bed. They will.
I've heard. Yeah.
They will take the day off.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the day off work. They're taking whatever. They're not going to do anything with Friday the 13th. It's not that bad. It really isn't that bad.
It isn't. That's the whole thing. But see, this all falls into like the power of suggestion, folks, right? The peer pressure, power of suggestion, it just snowballs. And, this is interesting too. Robert says this. I didn't know. This is a good point. I wonder if AC/DC got that quote, "For those about to rock, we salute you," from that other quote. Possibility.
Oops,
sorry.
That's very possible. That's something to think about right there. For those about to rock, we salute you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you cross your fingers a lot? For luck?
Sometimes I will. Sometimes it depends, but I have, gone like this. We all do, but yeah, sometimes fingers crossed. Yeah. Yeah. Or you'll like think it, not necessarily do it, but you'll think it. Oh, yeah. There's her comment.
Oh, there's DeEtte. Hi, DeEtte. Oh.
Oh, hi, DeEtte. Nice to see you.
Yeah, we're both exhausted. You're seeing the best parts of us.
I know, me too. I'm like, am I even making sense on here tonight? I feel like I'm just like a bumbling idiot.
No, we're not making any sense tonight at all, Nicole.
No.
That's a good thing. It's Friday.
I know. So
that's okay, DeEtte. No, but the cross your fingers, those wishing for luck will often cross one finger over another, a gesture they're said to date back to early Christianity. The story goes that two people used to cross index fingers when making a wish, a symbol of support from a friend to a person making a wish. Anything associated with that shape of the Christian cross was thought to be good luck.
Oh.
I don't see how that looks like a Christian cross.
I don't either. Unless you like turn it on its side maybe a little bit.
You've got to be really good and double jointed to make that happen.
Oh, no. These sausage fingers? No, I don't think so.
These sausage fingers?
No, not these guys. No. I say. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, but they are. Oh, my gosh.
There's the knock on wood, and a lot of people do this as well. It's another crazy superstition.
Oh, I do this all the time.
I knock on wood constantly. I'll knock even if it's not wood. Just knock.
Yeah.
But the fixation on wood may come from old myths about good spirits and trees, or from an association with the Christian cross. Again, another Christian. The Christians really played a huge role, as you can see, in a lot of these superstitions.
Obviously, yeah. Absolutely.
They snowball, and one thing happens, then another thing happens, and then they just assume. I think there's a lot of assuming with superstitions. They assume.
I do too.
Since this happened, it's because I did this.
Yeah.
They associate them with one another, and it's tough. I mean, it's not like, we don't have anybody sitting around writing superstitions that I'm aware of. It's just these happen over time. Bad luck,
Hmm.
good luck. I don't know. I take it as it comes,
I do
and
too. Yeah. I don't
I've
put a lot
learned.
of thought into it, really.
Yeah,
I
I
really
just kind
don't.
of Friday the 13th. Meh, it's Friday the 13th. It's a fun day,
It's a
but
fun day.
walking
Let's watch
underneath
some
a
horror
ladder.
movies.
I've walked underneath ladders by accident, on purpose sometimes, because there was no other way around.
Of
And
course.
I don't recall any kind of bad luck or
No,
anything from doing something like that. So it amazes me how people are so afraid of some of these.
I know. It's crazy. I mean, even the concept of black cats. There's some people out there that won't even have a black cat, won't own a black cat. If they see a black cat, they freak out. Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I can't fathom half of them. I mean, some of
No.
these, the wishbones, everybody knows when you're done with the turkey, you got to get the wishbone. You've got to lay it on the counter, let it dry, and then you break it. And whoever gets the larger piece has the luck for the year.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And I always am on the losing end of that, it seems. But it's just, I mean, it's crazy.
I've
And then
never
there's
won a
a
wishbone fight. No,
no, I haven't either. And then Robert says, breaking mirrors, and then Diet says, holding breath driving by a cemetery. I've heard that one.
I've never heard that one. Holding your
Yeah, I've
breath
heard
while
that
driving by
before.
a cemetery.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah, there's tons of them. There's tons of them. And what we're going to do is take our little final break here. My goodness, it's already flown by. I can't believe we did it. with
God, I
all this
know. I
tiredness, folks,
know.
we've actually made the show. But
Ah.
stay tuned. There's going to be more on the way. We're going to take a quick break. More haunted voices coming at you. Stay tuned.
Heard a girl scream down here.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm listening.
Very well. Thank you so much.
48 minutes past the hour. Holy cow, you're tuned into Haunted Voices. Those of you guys just tuning in, and if you missed the beginning of the show, we've got you covered. You can find all the latest shows right there at WLTK-DB.com. You can also find us at podbean.hauntedvoicesradio.com. You can find us on Apple, Google Play, all those other fun places as well. Just search Haunted Voices Radio. It'll show up there. You can catch up on all the replays. Whew. Superstitions.
Good stuff.
That was some pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. And we've got some good stuff coming up here. Coming up this month, folks, we've got next week, we've got Dr. Mary Barrett. She's going to be joining us. And we have Mike Ricksecker coming up on January 27th. You definitely want to mark your calendars for that. That's going to be a great interview. We're going to be talking about shadow people. And with Dr. Barrett next week, we're talking hypnotism. She's a hypnotist. She's a psychic medium. I don't know. Maybe we can talk Dr. Barrett into hypnotizing you, Nicole.
Or you, Todd. Let's flip a coin and see who gets it, heads or tails, Or why not do us both and then she'll host the show.
Hypnotize us both. Make us
I'm
dance.
kidding.
Make us act like monkeys, whatever.
Oh my gosh. So I already do act like a monkey, so that's covered right there. But
yeah, we're good. And I know hypnotism works. I've been hypnotized before at one of my kids' outings, and it was hilarious. I was dancing around, I guess, and doing all kinds of funky stuff.
And you don't remember it, or do you have any? You don't remember any of it?
Nope. The guy made me. It was one of Casey's things, and he hypnotized me, a whole group of us, and then made us do weird stuff, and it was amazing because you don't remember. You just kind of you wait to come out of it.
Yeah. I think it's good for just like past life regression, for getting in there and learning about all of that. I think I've been wanting to explore that myself. So.
Tapping into the subconscious, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an untapped resource. I think the subconscious is an untapped resource that we need to figure out. I think the subconscious controls everything. I really do.
I think you're right on that.
I think that is where your soul, the brain of your soul resides, is your subconscious. Yeah, weird
oh my
stuff
gosh,
like that.
Absolutely. I the whole idea of consciousness is so fascinating for me.
Yeah, it's
totally.
I've been reading about leaving the body when you're asleep, when you dream. You go to the astral plane. You revisit certain areas. You're not just dreaming. You're actually living that in some alternate universe somewhere. That's a lot to swallow.
It is. And I think a lot of people will try to intentionally do it. But then, when you're dreaming, I think it does happen. I've had a lot of this happening with my cat, Kaylee, who passed away. I've been able 12 times now in a year, astrally traveling out during dreams to meet her. It's the most, I can't explain it. It's phenomenal.
It's that connection. It's that soul, that cellular connection.
Yeah.
That I think binds us all together. We're all one.
I think so too.
And we're separate, but yet we're all one. And that's I'd love to get a guest. I'd love to get a dream analyst on here. Anybody that knows anyone that analyzes dreams, let us know. You can email us, producer at WLTK-DB.com. Dream analysis, any kind of topic you'd like, be sure and send that to us as well. We'd cover that. Nicole and I are really good at digging up some info. Nicole is an excellent researcher. She puts me to shame. My goodness.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you do.
Whatever.
You do.
That was sweet.
You do your homework. And I do my homework, but I try to cheat with answers sometimes.
Cliff notes. I mean, who didn't use them? I use them all the time in high school. So.
Yes.
Cliff notes.
We definitely want to know what you guys like, what you don't like about the show, of course. Just contact us. You can send a message, whatever. But we're going to close this one out. My goodness. And call it a weekend.
This was a fantastic show. I love talking. I mean, I learned a lot too. I didn't know all the history of it all.
No, I had no clue. Friday the 13th to me is a safe day. I understand there's been some bad luck. It was supposed to
happen on any day, though.
Yeah,
it is, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Good stuff.
Any final words?
Fun. No, I'm happy. I'm so happy to be back. I feel rusty though. Being out for 2 months. It feels like it's been longer, but it's glad to be back in the seat and seeing everyone and all of this. So I'm happy.
Don't sweat it. I'm rusty too. My goodness. By the time this show hits the end of the week, I'm toast. I'm cooked.
I know. I can imagine. I know.
But it's fun and I love it and I want to keep it going. I mean, there's have you got anything new coming out? Anything?
I'm working on getting out another book. So there's one coming out in 2024 that I'm working on with Marie Jones and Denise Agnew, and then I'm doing my first self-published book because I'm traditionally published. So I'm doing that. That's a learning experience. There's all these steps you got to take. So that's taking up a chunk of my time. So
it freaking sucks.
It's like the checklist is so long. It's insane. Oh my gosh! But it's fun. It's worth it in the end.
It is. It's worth it in the end. That's what you do is you keep your eye on the prize and keep chugging forward.
That's right.
That's all you can do. You're a go-getter. You got this, Nicole.
So do you. Yep.
Yeah, we got this.
We all do. We all do.
And we've got all of you next week, hopefully with Dr. Mary Barrett. She's going to be joining us. And we're going to be talking about psychic mediums. We're going to be talking about hypnotism, what she's got going on. She's got some things that going on all over the place. So we're going to be talking about that as well. So we'll wrap this up for the night. And I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch the live show. I know it's tough. It's tough. I know a lot of you guys listen to the podcast after. I get it because we're on such a late hour. So those of you that do listen to the replays, most appreciated. My goodness, can't thank you enough for that. And be sure and check out all the other shows. We've got a ton of them coming. We've got a bunch of them coming in. Like I said, 2 more just signed on today. There's a third one that's in the works as well. So that's
fantastic. And
it's going to be from somebody that people are going to go, "You're kidding me." Coming soon. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. So, from all of us here, have a happy and safe weekend. Go out and do something fun. Go out and just do something fun. Do something spontaneous, folks.
Yeah, I love spontaneity.
Yeah. Try it. It's great. It's just spur of the moment. Just do it. Just have fun with it. But all of you have a fantastic weekend, and thanks for tuning in. And Nicole, it is such a great pleasure to have you.
Good night, guys.
All right. All you guys have a great night. We'll check in with you soon. Take care.
Take care.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.